Humans have been living in caves for hundreds of thousands of years, but what was daily life like back then? How did they get food? What types of art did they make? And what kind of rituals did they practice? Today we will explore all these topics and more, so let's go. But first, if you are new here and you love anything about history, make sure to subscribe so you never miss an amazing video. Now, let's get back to today's topic. The earliest known human fossils date to about 300,000 years ago. However, Homo sapiens have existed for at least 300,000 years. It is believed that Homo sapiens started making cave paintings about 40,000 years ago, but there is some debate as to whether Neanderthals made cave art as well. Many people believe that Neanderthals were a separate species from Homo sapiens, but this is not entirely true. The two groups interbred, and it is estimated that most non-African populations have between 1 to 4% Neanderthal DNA in them. Neanderthals went extinct around 40,000 years ago, which is around the time that modern humans began to make cave paintings. This has led many to believe that modern humans were responsible for the extinction of the Neanderthals. However, recent evidence suggests that climate change may have played a bigger role in their extinction. Either way, we know that by 40,000 years ago, humans had developed the ability to make cave art. Scientists use the term Paleolithic to describe the period of time before 12,000 years ago. The Paleolithic can be further divided into three sub-periods: Lower, Middle, and Upper. Most cave art was created during the Upper Paleolithic. During the Lower and Middle Paleolithic, humans were still nomadic hunter-gatherers who had not yet settled down in one place. They traveled from place to place, following herds of animals to hunt. They also followed the herds for food and water. During the Upper Paleolithic, humans began to settle down in one place and raise their own food. They also began to make more complex tools and weapons. This allowed them to stay in one place for longer periods of time, and eventually they began to build permanent structures. Not much is known about the daily life of early humans, because they didn't leave behind any written records. Scientists have to piece together their daily life by studying artifacts such as stone tools, animal bones, cave paintings, and more. These artifacts provide clues as to how early humans lived, what they ate, what they believed in, and more. Shelter was an important part of early human life. Early humans needed shelter from the elements as well as protection from predators. In the beginning, early humans probably used rocks and trees to shield themselves from the wind and rain. As early humans developed more advanced tools, they were able to construct more sophisticated shelters. By the Upper Paleolithic, early humans were building shelters out of wood and stone. Some shelters were as simple as a roof made out of branches, while others were more like small huts. Some early humans even built underground shelters or caves. Caves provided early humans with shelter, warmth, and a sense of security. For these reasons, it's no surprise that many of the world's oldest cave art is found in caves. Early humans got their food in one of two ways: hunting and gathering. Hunting was done with spears, bows and arrows, traps, and sometimes even fire. Early humans would hunt large animals such as deer, bison, and wild boar. Sometimes they would also hunt smaller animals such as rabbits and squirrels. Gathering involved collecting plants, fruits, nuts, and berries. Early humans would also gather things like shellfish and other seafood. In general, early humans ate a variety of foods, and their diet changed depending on the season and the location. During the Upper Paleolithic, humans began to domesticate animals. This means that they began to raise animals for food, clothing, and companionship. The first animals to be domesticated were probably sheep, goats, and cattle. Humans also began to grow crops during the Upper Paleolithic. The first crops to be grown were probably wheat, barley, and peas. Agriculture allowed humans to stay in one place and raise their own food instead of having to travel constantly in search of food. This led to the development of villages and eventually cities. Clothing was an important part of early human life. Early humans needed clothing for warmth, protection from insects, and to help them blend in with their surroundings. In the beginning, early humans probably made clothing out of animal skins. As early humans developed more advanced tools, they were able to make clothing out of other materials, such as plant fibers. By the Upper Paleolithic, early humans were making clothing out of both animal skins and plant fibers. Early humans made tools out of a variety of materials, including stone, bone, wood, and ivory. The first tools were probably made out of stone because stone is a durable material that can be sharpened to a point. Early humans used tools for a variety of tasks, including hunting, gathering, and woodworking. As early humans developed more advanced tools, they became more efficient at doing tasks. They also began to specialize different tools for different tasks. By the Upper Paleolithic, early humans were making tools out of metal. Metal tools were sharper and more durable than stone tools, so they were used for a variety of tasks. Early humans made weapons out of a variety of materials, including stone, bone, wood, and metal. The first weapons were probably made out of stone, because stone is a durable material that can be sharpened to a point. Early humans used weapons for hunting and for protection against other humans and wild animals. As early humans developed more advanced weapons, they became more efficient at killing their prey. They also began to develop different weapons for different purposes. For example, some weapons were designed for short-range combat, while others were designed for long-range combat. By the Upper Paleolithic, early humans were making weapons out of metal. Metal weapons were sharper and more durable than stone weapons, so they were used for a variety of tasks. One of the most important aspects of early human life was their belief system. Early humans believed in a variety of gods and goddesses. They also believed that the spirits of the dead could interact with the living. This led to the development of rituals and ceremonies. Early humans performed rituals and ceremonies for a variety of reasons. They were performed for religious purposes, to honor the dead, and to celebrate important events such as the changing of the seasons. Early humans also performed rituals and ceremonies to ensure the safety of their community. They believed that by performing these rituals and ceremonies, they could keep evil spirits away. So far, we have discussed many aspects of early human life, including their shelter, food, clothing, tools, and weapons. Now we will discuss their art and rituals. Early humans made art for a variety of reasons. They made art for religious purposes, to decorate their shelters, and to record important events. Early humans made art out of a variety of materials, including stone, bone, wood, and ivory. Their most famous art is probably their cave paintings. Cave paintings were created using natural pigments. Early humans would mix different pigments to create different colors. They would then use their hands, fingers, and other body parts to paint on the cave walls. Sometimes they would use tools to help them paint. Early human art often depicted animals and geometric shapes. Some of the most famous examples of early human art can be found in caves in Spain and France. These works of art are some of the oldest in the world, and they provide us with a unique window into the minds of our ancestors. Rituals were an important part of early human life. We have already mentioned that early humans performed rituals and ceremonies for a variety of reasons. One of the most common types of rituals was the burial ritual. Early humans buried their dead with great care. They would often bury them with food, clothing, and other possessions. This was done so that the spirits of the dead would be happy and would not harm the living. Another common type of ritual was the fertility ritual. Fertility rituals were performed to ensure the fertility of the land and the animals. Early humans believed that the spirits of the land and the animals could bring them food and prosperity, so they performed fertility rituals to please these spirits. Another common type of ritual was the healing ritual. Healing rituals were performed to cure illness and injury. Early humans believed that the spirits could bring them health and well-being, so they performed healing rituals to ask for the spirits' help. There is a lot that scientists still don't understand about early humans, but that doesn't stop them from trying to learn more about our ancestors. Through their research, scientists have been able to piece together a pretty good picture of what life was like for early humans. They have learned that early humans were nomadic hunter-gatherers who traveled from place to place, following herds of animals to hunt. They have also learned that early humans were able to develop more advanced tools and weapons over time, which allowed them to stay in one place for longer periods of time and eventually settle down and build permanent structures. Finally, scientists have learned that early humans had a rich culture that included art, religion, and rituals. What do you think about early humans? Would you like to live like them? Let us know your thoughts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.